Alright everybody, I am tired of having to pump that primer bulb to fill up my generator fuel tank. So, I got me a universal fuel pump. Got a pre-filter, got the fuel pump mounting bracket, a couple pieces of fuel hose clamps, and barbed fittings. So, let's just assemble this all together, put the barbs on there. That's all I really need, the barbs and the pre-filter. And then I'm going to solder on a couple wires, attach them to here, attach them to power, so I could just push and hold it and fill instead of having to pump that bulb 120 times. Okay, it says out right there. Got a little positive marking as well and a positive label. Alright, so that's out. Let's put this filter on the in. And a barb on the other side, and then we'll tighten everything down, get that installed. I also picked up a 10 amp power supply. I put a link below in case you guys need one for your projects. Pretty nice supply. It's got a bunch of overheat protection, overvoltage protection, a bunch of other things. But I'm just going to use it to run the fan and plug it directly into the generator using AC. That way whenever the generator is running, the fan is running, or if it runs out of gas, the fan will stop running with the generator and not drain my batteries. Also going to take off the big cord while I'm down there and maybe attach that to the big generator, or I will save that for a later project. This power supply also came with one of these little things, and I just added on a couple pieces of wire. So we'll put the fuel pump somewhere right here and just attach this little fuel connector onto that, along with the fuel pump, or the fuel filter. Got that spliced into the other side of that switch and onto the ground. I spliced that onto the ground and tapped in on the other side of the switch. Got the power supply just hanging out back in there, and the power cord's running down the side. Alright, so I'm pulling off the main cord, or getting off this board that everything's attached to, as well as the main cord. This is the main line going up from the cord. That plug back here is for the generator that runs up over into the generator. There's also a bypass line for the second air conditioner when I still had one on the roof. I think I will tie that into the breaker box and then take this line and stick it out down below the RV along with the junction box and relocate this underneath the RV where it can be cable clamped up out of the way. So let's pull this out. Cool, that was easy. Going up, main cord wire coming down for the main cord. Got them separated. I think I'll just put the junction box right here. It's kind of the easiest place to put it. And the box is, or the cord holder is falling apart a little bit, so I was able to find a spot to slip that through, and I think the junction box can just go something like that. Okay, gonna goop things up with the silicone on the back of this. Got a little button installed so I can run the fuel pump. pretty good. Got the ratchet strap replaced that broke. Got another one of these green ones just because they're green and I like the color that's kind of going on in here. Bright red, bright greens. Let's get the RV hooked up. Let's get the fan hooked up. Whoa, where did it go? Fell down in there. There's space down in there. Okay, got that opened up. Put the little shut-off valve on there just in case. So I can shut that off when I'm not filling it, just in case this ever gets stuck on. I'll rather burn up the pump than dump out all my gas and have a hazard. So let's just see if we can pump some fuel. Nice. With good flow too. That's probably, I filled up a whole lot quicker than what I was doing. That's kind of fun to watch actually. Give me fuel, give me fire! Nice. Look at that. Like this. It's all kind of cleaned up in here too a little bit as well, which I was not expecting. But yeah, that works. Check for leaks. Cool, so now I just sit here and fill it up like I was doing with the bulb. Wait for this thing to... Wait for the full gauge to pop up there. You know what, that's kind of fun to do actually. Oh, there it goes, too much. That's gonna spit out everywhere. No? Alright, cool. That is pretty dang awesome. I like the way that worked out. Let's get the timer, the hour meter back on there. I'm really happy with that. Now I just need to test and see if the fan kicks on automatically. I still got the switch there so I can keep it off while I'm... Cool. Now the generator runs out of gas, the fan will shut down and not drain my batteries. Wires snipped, running up from the generator cabinet junction box, which were a separate set of wires that ran from the Onan to carry more amperage to run the dual rooftop air conditioners. So those have been separated, so now this is the only connection going down to the generator cabinet. This is going to go over to here. And the connection going to the big generator is already attached by the main cable. Ooh, I was wondering the next time I'd get a zap. It's been a while. Be safe with electricity. I've thought everything... I'm on the inverter right now, and for some reason I had it in my head that the generators were off, I'd be fine. I just grabbed it straight up, just whop. Got a good little zap. That wasn't too bad though. Left my hand a little numb. So now that these wires are cut, I'm going to pop that cord out of there and bring it over to here. Got that all wired up. So now the small generator, instead of being on 2, is set to number 1. And number 2 is the cord, which is now unwired and attached down below the RV, so I can attach the cord back to the main generator. So 2 would be the main, or not the main generator, the big generator. I would call the smaller generator the main generator, since that's used more often and can run all day without costing me $13 a day. Got that all put back together. Just gonna keep that out of the way for right now. I'll probably make a panel to put around this at some point. And then this will be, once I order one, will be the new cord. Alright, should be all set to go. So that's the big generator, small generator. Switch from 2 to 1. Up to here. That'll be the inverter. That'll be cord for the shore power. Inverter. I just popped the breaker, so just realized the downside to that fan being on AC. Oh yeah, so that's kind of sucks. The fridge, or I hooked up the charger and it killed the generator. The cabinet didn't even get that hot though. I think it, oh, fireworks. That's right, we're getting close. So I think I might add another fan that runs on 12 volts, but it doesn't kick on unless the cabinet gets hot enough. So as a bit of a fail-safe, I want the fan to be on AC so it doesn't keep running when the generator shuts off. Also, it saves my batteries when I just want the generator to run the PC or something. And it's nighttime and there's no solar. Okay, let's get this wire tucked up underneath and secured. Figured out where the cable's going and where I want the only sections of this wire loom I have, where I want to put it. Since I only have so much, I want it around the gas tank and up and under the RV. If it's bare from anywhere, I want it at the back, or unprotected. If the cable is unprotected anywhere, I'll have it at the back. And later I will get some more of this stuff. Alrighty, pretty much done. Got it zip tied up and secured up out of the way in the wheel well here. Just using some nylon, or what is it? The plastic plumber's tape, plumber strap. Couldn't find any hose clamps big enough. I could replace that later, but I think that works out pretty good. All zip tied up and out of the way, all the way up to about here, where we ran out of that wire casing, a wire loom, and then from here on it'll be temporarily held in place. I'll leave this one dangling down the zip tie. I usually snip them, but leave that down as a reminder. I'm going to snip that down later and then add on the cable loom. So let's just run it up and over. Coming out where the control wire is coming out. Got just enough slack if I ever need to redo the plug or something. I've just got the generator adapter. Switch to your 30 amp plug. There you go. Secure. Keep it tarped up. Then I can do everything from inside the RV. Start it up, switch over to power, get batteries charging. It'll be really convenient when I pop into the rest areas and I got a really dead battery bank that needs to be charged. And then until I get the cord, which you have to stay tuned for that, I will just unplug it from here and attach my extension cord. Alright, that was a pretty decent project. Feels good to finally get done. Power systems are almost 100%. I just need a cable. I'm going to probably... I suppose I can go anywhere that's convenient, but I'll probably board this up and just put the plug there. Or maybe I'll replace this and just leave this as like a handy storage for, you know, adapters and maybe the hoses and things. Just an easy access storage, and then I'll put the plug. Maybe I'll put the plug and hose, because I want to replace this too. This is getting a new adapter at some point. They have some really nice chrome connection ports that have weatherproof twist caps on them that look really nice. I wouldn't mind getting a set of those. They come as like a pod of 4. So you got a water connection, power connection, all that stuff. But do that later down the road. Until then, I'll just get one of the Amazon cheapos and just have a plug that I can detach and put away. But for right now, pretty much this is going to work just fine for the ranch, and I won't need the cord until I start going to RV parks. So it'll be good for a little while. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.